Surprise, motherfucker.
I still haven't heard it, geeks. I still haven't heard it on Twitter. The hate towards Max Verstappen. The little spin jokes that you've been doing for the last 2 months on the internet. Still haven't heard it, geeks. Still haven't heard it. The hate towards Max Verstappen for throwing his dummy out of his pram. Now, if Lewis Hamilton acted the way Max Verstappen acted, there would have been so much hate via Twitter.
Right, mate.
Or Lewis can't handle losing. Lewis can't handle that he didn't get pole. Putting a positivity spin on it, but really, he's pissed off. Look at Lewis. There'll be pictures surfacing all over the internet. The way I saw Max Verstappen after that qualifying, sitting down like a little 10-year-old boy, like he hasn't got his sweets for school, or his mama hasn't given no money for school, or one of his friends have beaten him up, or you name it. He looked like a 10-year-old school kid who's lost his money. That's what it looked like. Mom, I didn't win the race. Mom, I didn't get qualifying. You see him sitting down behind in a little dark corner with his mate. I don't know who it was. Could be his trainer, his press secretary. I don't give a fuck who it was. But what it boils down to, he was acting like a 10-year-old boy. What happened to all this positivity, Max? Where's the positivity? You know what it is? You realise that what I've been saying for the past 2 weeks, that Mercedes are the fastest car. Don't get me wrong, listen. Don't get me wrong. In Bahrain, I'll give you it. I'll give you Red Bull. Red Bull was the fastest car in Bahrain. But we're not in Bahrain anymore, are we? We are at the Portuguese Grand Prix. We're not at Bahrain. Bahrain's gone. And I said on this video, I said from day one that them 3 weeks that Mercedes had off was the best they could have ever wished for. 3 weeks off. And I said it to you geeks when I went to Imola 2 weeks ago. I said to you geeks that Mercedes have got the fastest car. They asked the geeks come out and said, nah, no way. Who won the race? Who won the race? I don't give a fuck, geeks, who won the race. But if you watch the race again, geeks, you see that when Lewis Hamilton had a damaged floor, he was still gaining time on Max Verstappen. He was still gaining time. Very simple. But if you would have watched it and put it in your tiny brain, little geeks, you would have seen the delta that that Mercedes had the fastest car. Very simple. They had the fastest car in Imola. They didn't get the win, but they still had the fastest car. You think about it, damaged floor, and he gained on Max Verstappen in 3 laps. There was 5 seconds between them, and after 3 or 4 laps, there was only 1.5 seconds between them, and it was only because of Lewis Hamilton's stupidity why he crashed his car, and that's why he didn't win the race. Very simple. My opinion, if he wouldn't have crashed his car, he would have caught Max Verstappen and he would have won the race, in my opinion. Yes, salty geeks. I know I know you're not gonna like that, but that is the truth. My truth, and it's the truth. If you don't like it, go make your own channel, go and voice your opinion, and get the fuck off mine. Very simple. Very simple.
Yeah, boy.
Now, onto Bottas. I know, like I said on my video, I said it on my Flaming Tarmac. Go and watch the Flaming Tarmac. That's on my channel now live. I said it on Flaming Tarmac. And I think I said it on the Flaming Tarmac episode 15. I said, why is everybody disrespecting Bottas and Perez All you can hear from the Sky Sports F1 team and the geeky F1 community, the geeky F1 community, right, are the two favourite drivers to win the championship, the two best drivers on the grid, Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. And I said, hold on. Before you go any further, what about Bottas and what about Perez? That's what I said on Saturday, and I said, what about Bottas and what about Perez? Now what, geeks? Who's on pole? Who is on pole? Valtteri Bottas. And you know what? I am so happy for him. I am glad he got the pole. He must have went home to his Monaco apartment. He went home to his Monaco apartment after Imola. He must have thought, fuck this, I ain't having this. His missus probably said to him, you know what? You gotta have more positivity. Fuck the positivity. I want numbers on the board. No one's disrespecting me. I'm gonna come to fucking Portuguese Grand Prix and I'm gonna get pole. I'm gonna show these motherfuckers who Valtteri Bottas is. And that's exactly what he done. He walked into the paddock and he goes, motherfucker, get my car right here. I'm putting that on pole. And watch. And what did he do? Valtteri Bottas put it on pole. I don't give a fuck about Lewis Hamilton. I don't give a shit about Max Verstappen. And I certainly don't give a fuck about Perez. Motherfucker, I'm putting that on pole. And that's exactly what Valtteri Bottas did. Put his car on pole. He was my favourite from the beginning of the weekend. Valtteri Bottas is going to get on pole. He got pole last year and he's going to get pole this year. Don't write off Valtteri Bottas and don't write off Sergio Perez. I told you, geeks. I said all it takes is Max Verstappen to spin in one corner. He smashes his car up. There's the DNF. This is certainly a track where you can crash your car. Especially at the high points of it. The height of this track is like a roller coaster, man. The highest part of this track, boom, you can spin. A lot of drivers done it. They spun everywhere. Max Verstappen made a mistake in his qualifying. There you go. Where's Max? Third. They asked Rosberg, what do you think, Rosberg? What do you think Red Bull can do tomorrow? That's exactly what Rosberg did. He can't say anything because he knows. He said, Mercedes, look, they got the medium tires. They got the best compound to start the race on tomorrow. The best compound. They got the medium tires. They've done the same thing last season. At this same track, they put the medium tires up to start the race. Red Bull had the soft tires, and where did that end up? Exactly. Mercedes win. Now, I'm not going to say to you that Mercedes is going to win tomorrow. I'm not some dumb internet virgin geek. Okay? I'm not going to come out and say that. I'm just going to tell you straight, listen. It's going to be hard for Red Bull to beat Mercedes tomorrow. That's all I'm saying. If Red Bull come out tomorrow at the blocks tomorrow and Perez jumps them all and wins the race, congratulations to Sergio Perez. Everybody knows I love Sergio Perez. I'm a big advocate of Sergio Perez. I wanted Sergio Perez to go to Red Bull over a year ago, and now he's there. And I'm happy for him. He's saying that he's not on top of the car. He's getting there. He's getting there. But for people to come out and say that, Bottas is not in there for the title contention, he's not going to be there. Listen, Bottas' back is up against the wall. Bottas' back is up against that wall. He knows if he doesn't perform this season, he's gone. Very simple. He's gone. If he costs the Mercedes constructors, he's gone. Very, very simple. So he knows what happens when you corner a bear, you corner a lion, you corner an animal, you corner a dog. They'll come out swinging. And that's what Bottas is doing. He's coming out swinging. He's thinking, you know what? You ain't taking my spot, George Russell. You ain't taking my spot. And Max Verstappen, you're not getting ahead of me in the championship. You watch this tomorrow. I'm going to come out swinging. He's going to be a madman tomorrow, Bottas. For someone to beat Bottas tomorrow, they're going to be on the game. I don't care if Lewis is in second. I don't care if Max is in third. I don't care. Bottas is going to be on it tomorrow. Trust me. Now, enough of the Mercedes for now. I want to get onto Vettel. Now, everybody said Vettel's finished. Vettel's not getting nowhere. He hasn't been in Q3 for 6 or 7 races. I saw one YouTuber on YouTube the other day Not gonna name him. He doesn't even deserve for me to name him. He was on there. He was saying, I think Alonso and Vettel will finish. I think at the end of the season, I need to get him out of there. I don't think so. Listen, geek. Yeah, Vettel ain't go nowhere. Vettel come out and got into Q3. What now, geeks? Out qualified Lance Stroll. Everybody said that a Lance Stroll has got the better of Vettel. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. What now, geeks? Vettel's third place. Vettel's getting the hang of the car. He got interviewed after the race and he was talking to Sky Sports and he said everything's coming together. Alonso said everything's coming together. Listen, geeks. The veterans are going to show the little kids how to do it, man. Trust me. Vettel's still got a lot to offer in F1. Some people don't like. People who just bought finger jumpers. They see one guy, they know he's going to be good to the jump on him. I remember back in the day, all them geeks what used to like Sebastian Vettel. Yeah, and there was a lot of them. Used to love Sebastian Vettel. They all turning him now. They don't want Vettel no more. They're all with Charles or with Lando. Listen, Lando's one of them drivers that everybody's like. He's just one of them guys. But everybody just love Vettel. It was all about Vettel, and all of them just switched to Charles Leclerc. That's it. They all switched and they all went to Charles Leclerc. Me, Vettel, I don't care. I don't care. Even when it was rivalry with Lewis Hamilton, I still respected Vettel. The guy's a 4-time world champion, and he didn't just do it one, miss a couple of years, one. He done 4 years in a row. 4 years in a row. He won 4 championships on the bounce. 4. And there's only one driver ever done that, by the way. And that was Michael Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton. And that's it. Vettel's one of the greatest of all time, and people should have more respect for Sebastian Vettel. Just like they should have more respect for Valtteri Bottas. Listen, geeks. Valtteri Bottas is up against Lewis Hamilton, arguably one of the greatest drivers of all time. What do you expect him to do? The guy's doing his best. And I want, you know what? I want Bottas to win tomorrow. I do. I really do. I want Valtteri Bottas to win the race tomorrow, and Lewis second, and maybe Max 8th or 7th. That'd be a nice race day for me. Yeah, and another thing, stop tweeting, stop apologising, stop tweeting to SBN, stop tweeting to Channel 4, Channel 2, Channel 3, Channel 4, ESPN Turkey, ESPN India. Stop tweeting and apologising for what you did at Imola. I'm talking about George Russell. For me, he ain't got nothing to apologise for. Nothing. Stop tweeting. It was a racing incident. That's it. Clean. TOTO will said it. Racing incident. You don't need to apologise for everybody. Very simple. Now these are the times how they finished at qualifying. These are the results of the qualifying. We got Valtteri Bottas on pole, second Lewis Hamilton, 3 Max Verstappen, third Max Verstappen, 4th Sergio Perez, 5th place Carlos Sainz, 6th place Esteban Ocon, 7th place Lando Norris, 8th place Charles Leclerc, 9th place Pierre Gasly, 10th place Sebastian Vettel, 11th place George Russell, 12th place Antonio Giovinazzi, 13th place Alonso, 14th place Yuki Tsunoda, and the 15th place is Kimi Räikkönen, 16th place Daniel Ricciardo, 17th place we have Lance Stroll, 18th place Nicholas Latifi, 19th place Mick Schumacher, and last we have Nikita Mazepin. Now we're going to get on to the drivers' interviews.
Max, car and you both looked like you had the pace in you today. Was it ultimately having to keep something inside because that first lap was deleted?
No, it was just super difficult to drive, and that corner has been flat for a while, but suddenly in that first run in Q3 I got a big snap, so I had to run a bit wide. But yeah, it's been really tricky the whole weekend just to find a balance in the car due to the tarmac. But I know it's the same for everyone, of course, but it's not the most enjoyable.
Obviously, no points today for qualifying. You've looked brilliant in the car all the way through the weekend. Do you think you've got a car under you that can take on Mercedes and win tomorrow?
Yeah, I think we are quite competitive. just need to have a clean start, and then we'll see how competitive we are in terms of long run pace. But yesterday that's okay, and then we'll just try to put the pressure on again.
Lewis, the smallest of margins to your teammate, but on the flip side, a pretty big margin to Red Bull today.
I mean, I've not seen it, but it's surprising. I didn't understand why they were where they were pace-wise today. It looked quite a messy day for them, but qualifying wasn't the greatest still, but really great job that we're front row. And I think tomorrow should be, hopefully it's a calmer day wind-wise, and hopefully we can have a good race.
This place does give us a great race in the car underneath you today. Obviously it's difficult for everyone with the conditions, with the wind. How hard is it to nail that perfect lap when there's so many sort of extraneous circumstances kicking in on it?
Yeah, it's a really hard track to first it's a slippery circuit, so it doesn't provide a lot of grip. The tires are very hard, so you have to do multiple laps to get temperatures into them. And it's quite a peaky balance, you know, like it works for a second and it falls away very easy. So it's right on the knife edge, and plus the wind affects it.
And for the Grand Prix tomorrow, straight fight between you and Valtteri, or do you think that the Red Bulls can make up for what they've lacked today?
I think they'll be quick in the race. I think they usually are fast in the race. I don't really know where they're losing out today, but I think it'll be a good close battle between us three.
Yeah, thanks. That is definitely more like it and more what we aim for, and I think overnight.
Back to where you belong, back to where you were at the start of the weekend. How tricky was it to pull that back, to get back on top, and to pull out the lap in what were really difficult conditions?
Yeah, thanks. That is definitely more like it and more what we aim for, and I think overnight setup-wise we made good progress, and also for the qualifying. So I was quite pleased with the car, as pleased that you can be with the wind and with the slippery surface. But yeah, it was good feeling overall, and I knew that today we can definitely do it, and especially I knew it's going to be a lot about getting the tires to work, unlike in Imola or Bahrain, that was the weakness, and yeah, now with a bit more extra focus on those kind of details, it worked.
Getting the tires to work, but the decision to go out on the medium at the end, what was behind that?
The medium felt really good in Q2. That was the reason, and it's actually exactly what we did last year to be 1-2. But it just didn't work out today. It was a bit too much on the knife edge, but at least we had the lap with a soft beforehand, and I'm glad it was enough.
So when you got that first sector done on the medium, was it a sigh of relief because you're like, there's no way he's catching me now on these?
Obviously, I didn't know, if he could get the tires to work, but for me it was a struggle. I kept pushing and actually improved the last sector because the medium tire drops less in the last sector. So I had no idea how it's going to be, and I'm just glad the first soft run was enough.